the gearbox, crank handle. This all is in need of restoration. It runs smoothly. There's a gear cover up here that's broken. Well, guys, I'm over here in New Lebanon, Ohio. Just made a buy. Picked up some new toys. This is Dave with the Crafted channel. And could it be another back of the truck video? Did I get a workbench? Why, yes, I did. It's got some kind of woodworking vise here. I'm not even sure how it works. There we go. Got some kind of catch I don't understand. Probably so you can speed the jaws in and out. I didn't really buy the bench. I got the bench with really nice old man, lives down a long lane, 60-acre farm. He's selling it. He's 90 years old, selling it, moving to the city. And I got some goodies in the back of the truck. Now, I know some of you, they might be tired of hearing about lathes. Well, I did get a lathe. I got me a South Bend, I think it's a 9x24, something like that. 9x18, small one, with a quick change gearbox. And a fair amount of tooling, got a taper attachment with it. Probably clean that lathe up and sell it, I don't know. But got a very good deal on it. But here's the really great thing. Yes, you guessed it. Another lathe. This is a South Bend, I believe, a WorkShop 9. Still looking into exactly what model it is. It has a quick change gearbox, which that's on the other side. We're showing you the back side. The ways are in beautiful condition, very, very few marks. Picked this up from an old farmer, 90 years old, sold his farm, moving into the city, and he's not too happy about it. But anyways, well cared for lathe. Got a reversing switch. You see that resting up on top. I removed the carriage and the tailstock to move it. Here's the power unit. This has a replacement motor. This is not the original motor. I believe he said this was a 3/4 horsepower. I didn't look at it. I suppose that it is. All this is in good condition. This workbench has actually 4 drawers, and they've got a bunch of stuff in them. And there's a metal top, which you can see right here, that was made for the bench. And then here's an oil tray to go under the lathe. Now, ultimately, I'd like to have like a South Bend 14 or something like that. So I'm not sure if I'll keep this lathe or what. I'll certainly get it in my list of things to clean up and make sure it's in good condition. I got a 6-inch 4-jaw chuck. This is a 3-jaw. I assume it's a 6-inch 3-jaw. Maybe it's bigger. I'm not sure. I haven't measured it. But in one of those drawers is a 6-inch 4-jaw, which I didn't own a 6-inch 4-jaw. Now, for those who have stayed this far, what do you suppose that is? That, my friends, is the base. He shows me a champion blower. Wow. Got a broken part on it, I'll have to show you. And I also got the, I guess it would be the forge, the pot that you put the coals in. So I got the beginnings of of my blacksmithing rig. We can see the champion blower here. The gearbox, crank handle. This all is in need of restoration. It runs smoothly. There's a gear cover up here that's broken. I think it's something I can fabricate a reasonable facsimile of. I need to find a picture of it. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find somebody selling some parts and I can just buy one. The big bowl that you see in the back here, I'm not sure what that's called, but that's the that would be turned over normally, and it's full of your coals and cinders, and that's what you heat your metal up in for forging. So I've been collecting blacksmithing tools, figuring that in a couple of years I might have enough pieces put together where I could forge something. And I wasn't really shopping for this. I just stumbled upon it when I was buying the lathe. And I didn't even come out here to look at that stuff, and it's just, he was just, being nice, and a lot of times older people are lonely and they want to talk to you. And, I've just always in my life, when you run into that, I let them show me around and talk to them for a while and learn some things from him. He showed me some tools I'd never seen before and how they're used. And, he had something in a drill press showing me a different kind of center finder. Just nice little pleasant experience. And, you got to take time out in your life to talk to people. And you never know what will come with it. And he was showing me some of this other stuff. And he just gave me a great deal on it. I think he was just happy to see somebody get it that wanted to use it. So when I get home this evening or tomorrow, when I unload this stuff, I want to get run over here. I'm driving. Tomorrow when I unload this stuff, we'll look at it and you can see what I got. And what do you suppose I also got? The guy had an anvil. So I got an anvil, and I don't know too much about anvils, so I'll have to study it and figure out what it is. I'm going to say it's about 10 inches high, maybe about 14 inches long. So check it out here. I've done about half of his driveway. He's got a bridge here over a creek. I mean, this guy lives back here so far that even when the corn's down, he probably can't see any other houses. Phenomenal. Home recently sold, he said, for about $255. I don't think I could have afforded it, but man, it would have been a great place to move to. Why, it's an anvil. Now, I'm not sure how heavy this anvil is or what brand it is. I don't know much about it, but I do know that it's not a cast anvil. It's got a nice ring to it. So that means it is either a forged or a steel anvil. And so this is a good anvil. It has been used, obviously. This was in the bottom of an old wooden barn floor. And I was standing there talking to the guy. And I looked down at my feet, and there at my feet was something I've been kind of casually looking for, an anvil. And he says to me, the last time I saw an anvil like that sell at an auction, it sold for $10. And I didn't say nothing. I thought, he's kind of offering me this anvil for $10. So I know I'm leaving with an anvil at that point. And this is a nice old guy, and he was enjoying showing me his collection of stuff he had over the years, and this was at a time after I'd agreed to purchase the lathe. And I was just kind of hanging out and talking with him and letting him tell me his stories and everything. And a guy with 90 years of experience knows a lot of stuff. He spent a little time with me and showed me some of his tools, and I learned a few things. It was phenomenal. And then after the subject of the anvil came up, he took me over into another barn, which was more or less empty, and he showed me this champion blower he had. And he's and he was hinting at me. He said, "You sure could leave with this today," or something like that. And so I got to thinking about it, and I offered him $40 for the anvil and the blower. And he took it immediately. He was just happy to, get rid of some more items out of his life, so that he can move on into his retirement. So I really feel good about that purchase. And this was not stuff I was really looking for. I just stumbled upon it, and, it pays to be nice to people and listen to them and hear them out, because you never know what you're going to hear about, or what you're going to learn, or what they're going to tell you, or what they might offer you. And be really tickled pink to offer you. Now on this anvil I can see some lettering here. I don't know what brand it is. I don't know a lot about anvils. Need to get some flour out here. Maybe clean that up. I can see a real distinct N there. And these are stamped in, not raised up, which is another sign that it's not a cast iron anvil. Got a square hole in the bottom. I don't see any numbers on it. Got a square hole in the front here. So I don't know. The N probably means it's not a Peter Wright. I can see some numbers up here. And I really don't know how heavy it is. I can pick it up pretty easily, but it's 50 or 60 pounds. Something like that. Let me go get some flour. Let's see if we can figure out what brand this anvil is. The flour should stay down in the gullies. Wow. It's amazing what you can see. BUDD. Suppose that might have been an E, I'm not sure. And YNN. Could be an L. Lin, I'm not sure. I see an A there. What might be an N here? PN. I got to study my anvil brands. Looks like a 3 and a 3. This is a lot more than 33 pounds. Probably nothing on this side. You can even hear the thing ringing when I wipe it. Yeah, I don't see nothing there. Yeah, nothing back there. I don't know. I don't see any other letters or numbers on it. I don't know what I'm going to do to get all this flour out of the bed of my truck. Maybe I'll find me a washboard road and just ride down the road with the tailgate open. What do you think? So there we go. We can see Buddy, Bud, and an F maybe. I don't know. Looks like maybe there's a hyphen here. We'll figure it out. It won't take too long. Be really cool if it's a rare one, but I had nothing, so I'm very, very pleased to find this. For those that know about anvils, maybe you can help me. This is 20 inches. It might have been a little longer than 20. The horn here's a little bit rounded over. Let's see, the height is 9 1/4. The base is 9 in the long dimension and about 7 1/4 in the short dimension. The pounding surface is 11 5/8 by 3 1/2. So there you go. There's my find. Another back of the truck special. Hope you guys enjoyed. So I wasn't really planning on starting my blacksmithing gear until maybe next year. So now I've got a big head start on it. You know, I've got some of the major pieces now. I've got a working blower, needs restoration. I got an anvil. I've got a few things like a few tongs and things that I've collected here and there. That's all I've successfully found. So wow, that's pretty exciting. I might actually get to play with some blacksmithing here in the future. Thumbs up.